Morning everyone, hope you're enjoying the sunny weather. I was asked just to share some encouragement for the day, and when thinking about what to share, my first thought was Psalm 91, what you do, where do you go when you're facing fears of different kinds. A quick Google tells me the top 3 fears in the UK are acrophobia, glossophobia, and ophidiophobia, so heights, public speaking, and snakes. That might not be your main fear, but if it is, what would you do and where would you go? For me, I often go to Psalm 91. But then I was thinking maybe fear and how to cope with it's not actually where to focus our attention. Revelation 1 verse 12 to 18 stood out to me, and it just describes how awesome God is. I'm going to read it to you. It was John. He was on the island that was like a prison, that he'd been sent there to stop talking about Jesus, and then Jesus appeared to him in a vision. And this is how Jesus appeared. I turned around to see the voice that was speaking to me, and when I turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands, and among the lampstands was someone like a son of man, dressed in a robe reaching down to his feet and with a golden sash around his chest. The hair on his head was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. His feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of rushing water. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and coming out of his mouth was a sharp, double-edged sword. His face was like the sun shining in all its brilliance. When I saw him, I fell at his feet, as though dead. Then he placed his right hand on me and said, "Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. I am the living one. I was dead, and now look, I am alive, forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and Hades." And when I read this description of the risen Christ, it just awes me. I think where and why worry about fear, and why make that the center of my focus or my attention, when I can turn and look at this awesome King that we serve, who one day is going to be coming back for us. What an amazing and awesome God we serve. And I'm constantly trying to remind myself, turn from fear and look at the God we serve, the God of grace, the God who brings peace, and the God who loved us so much that he was willing to give up his life for us. And he also conquered death. And that verse, I hold the keys of death and Hades. It's not the end. And we thank God that he has our lives in his hand and he gives us a future and a hope. Have a good rest of your day.